Hello again, YouTube. This is The Truth Man. The channel is the No Matrix, No Simping, All Subjects channel. Y'all already know what time it is. Y'all know what we do around this time. Y'all know how it go. What's the main video that we do at this time? Isaiah 4:1 series. Isaiah 4:1 says, in that day 7 women will take hold of one man, saying we will eat our own food, wear our own clothes. Only let us be called by your name, take away our disgrace. The disgrace is all these guys just trying to take up for them, even though all they want to do is smash. And I'm going to explain that in a second. That's part of the disgrace too. Because that's almost like saying, somebody say, man, some minefield somewhere over here. You know where it is. And so you say, don't matter to me, I ain't going on the minefields, and you turn around and leave. Instead of telling people, don't go over there, don't go over there, don't go over there, it's mines. That's what people are doing. See, you got the red pill, you got all these philosophies going on at the same time in YouTube. But they should make a selfish pill. The dudes that just want to set other guys up for the okie doke because it ain't them. Because they know they ain't going to get married. So they try to shame. The new shame is trying to shame guys for wanting a traditional wife. And they think everybody that talk about the Bible, and I already know. So it's cool. It's cool. I already know that some of these guys don't associate with me because of the Bible. But that's cool though, because I don't care anyway. I don't need them. I was over here before almost anybody. Like it's only a couple people that been on YouTube that's valid right now longer than me. So I don't care what they talking about. It ain't nothing wrong with you wanting a traditional wife. It ain't nothing wrong with you wanting to get married, and it's not debaucherous if you practice polygyny. But what some people are trying to say now is that anybody that talk about a traditional wife in the Bible, they throw us all in that same category. They throw us all in the same category. That's why you got to think for yourself. You got to take in the information and decide which information is valid, which information is going to be helpful to you. And don't ever go by subs. Don't ever go by how people dress. Don't ever go by how people teeth look, hair look, what kind of car they drive. Go by what they say and go by what they do. But on this one, I'm talking about ain't nothing wrong with you finding a helpmate. Ain't nothing wrong with you expecting her to be a helper. There's nothing wrong with that. 50-50 is Luciferianism. That's not even biblical. That's not even biblical. I don't care who don't like it. You don't got to associate with me. You don't got to comment on my videos. You ain't got to do nothing. The facts speak for themselves. They speak for themselves. So if you want a traditional wife, get a traditional wife. If you can't get a traditional wife and you know what marriage is supposed to be, don't get married. If she don't want to be traditional, don't marry her. Don't do it. See, a lot of these guys ain't been stung like that. They ain't been, and they ain't gonna get stung. So they don't care. They don't care. I gotta do something real fast. I'm gonna put this on pause. Wait, you know what? I'm just gonna keep going. So these guys, they don't care. Everybody just want to look right. They don't care what happens to other guys as long as they get paid from what they saying. And that's a bad attitude to have. Earlier I talked about how most women don't want to help, they want to be helped. So I'm coming along those same lines in this Isaiah 4:1. Most women don't want to help you. They want to be helped. Most women think they dare to tell you what to do. Like, they'll be barely giving their kids and their babies baths, but yet they always in your face trying to tell you this and tell you that. Why don't you focus on them kids? Keep them kids clean. That's a grown man. He don't need you telling him nothing. Some women spend too much time talking and not enough time listening and not enough time learning. The Bible says, that same Apostle Paul that y'all like to run to get y'all cross shield, he said that you should learn at home, that you should be silent in church, and when you get home, you should have questions for your husband. Now, again, I can't say this enough. No matter who's on YouTube, I don't care. 3 million subs, don't care. If you are not with the Bible on any particular subject, you're with the Satans. You're with Luciferianism. Ain't no in between. So when the Bible says that a woman is to be a helpmate, you say, nah, she don't got to do that. You creating your own philosophy. You creating your own righteousness, which makes you a Satan. You're an adversary of the Most High God because you're not accepting his righteousness. You're not accepting his righteousness. You're not accepting what he said. You're accepting what the devil said, do as thou wilt. So if the Most High gave an instruction, right, or said something, like he said, men shall have rule over women, that means that everybody that's against that saying, as he said it, you do as thou wilt. You saying do whatever you want. It don't matter what God say, do what you want. Listen, and do your thing. I'm not one of them preachers. Hey, listen, I'm gonna be judged for me. What you do ain't gonna be in my judgment. What I do is gonna be in my judgment. So you can think whatever you want. You can have that little condescending attitude towards the Most High all you want. It's not gonna get you nowhere. It ain't gonna get you nowhere. So do you, D-O-Y-O-U, do you. Do you. I'm not trying to evangelize you. I don't even want to talk to people who don't want to hear what I got to say. I wish people would be like, man, I ain't trying to hear you. Okay, get out my comments then and stay off my video. I wouldn't care. If you ain't trying to hear me, what you trying to do? You trying to teach me? So this is what people don't understand about communication. If you're not trying to listen, but you're trying to talk, then what you're really trying to do, let's just say even in the classroom setting, if you're not listening to the teacher, but you just sitting in the back talking, what are you doing? You're disrupting the class. And that's what a lot of people are doing to guys that's trying to learn. They are disrupting the class. How do you disrupt the class when we're talking about this relationship stuff? You disrupt the class by trying to take up for them, by pandering to them. You disrupt the class by acting like there's something wrong with wanting a traditional wife. You disrupting the class. Because what's the end game of relationships in most relationships? Unless, like I say, unless you like some kind of demon worshiper or something, the end game will be marriage, right or wrong. Okay, but you can't turn a 304 into a housewife. And I already broke this down. Based on Webster's dictionary and based on other dictionary. A gold digger, a stripper, OnlyFans girl, amateur porn star, they are all one and the same. They're all doing what they do and saying what they say to get money. Escort, don't matter. They all the same. And you can't turn a 304 into a housewife. And by definition, a gold digger is also a 304. So you can't turn them into housewives. So you would have to literally change the end game. So now what they say, now they try to say, oh, he an incel. Everybody that's paying for it is an incel. I don't think so. I believe that some of these guys that choose that route, they can get girls to do it for free. They just don't, they want to cut corners. They don't want to deal with all of that. That's them. They gonna stand in judgment for themselves. They are. So, and hopefully that notification thing won't ring no more. They gonna stand in judgment for themselves. It's good that we have alternative viewpoints, but some people are disrupting the class. You ain't been married longer than me. You probably don't know nobody that's been married longer than me. I know people that's been married longer than me, but you probably don't. You probably don't know. I mean, this is how the world is now. People just want to seem like they know what they're talking about. But most of them can't even debate without insult, without doxing, without this, without that. They can't do it because they can't express their talking points. So it's perfectly fine, man. Don't let nobody switch you up and have you all over the place. If you want a traditional wife or traditional wives, it ain't nothing wrong with that. They say, but he really liked the 304s. I mean, hey, like I say, that's between him and the Most High. Most of the guys that got a problem with the Bible are either agents, they living worldly lives, they have drugs that they're not ready to give up. They on drugs. Drug people will say something, hey, listen, I know, and I'm gonna tell you like this. I ain't never been no addict, but I know. Let's just leave it at that. I know how drug people are. I've seen them in operation. People in my family, people come around the hood to buy this and that. I know how they are. A person that has drugs in their life, that's addicted to drugs, whether they tooting or whatever they doing, they're going to think of reasons to downplay the Bible and discredit the church because that drug is their God. That drug is their God. So they gonna have a problem with the church anywhere it go because they ain't ready to give up that drug. And then, now this is something else they do. When they start going to church, they want to make it about what they think righteousness is instead of learning what righteousness really is. I don't drink, I don't smoke. I stopped drinking and I stopped smoking. Okay, what else you stopped doing? Did you stop being a racist? Did you stop being a scammer? Okay. You stopped drinking and smoking. That's good. The disciples drunk though. The Messiah drunk. They wouldn't have called him a wine bibber if he wasn't drinking. So, but who keeping score on that? You know, you got a right to think what you think. We all got a right to believe what we want, even if we are wrong. Nobody wants to be wrong, but somebody is. So, if you gonna deal with these women, even if you make them your concubine, a concubine is different from a girlfriend. A concubine, you working with her to accomplish things as if she was like your wife. Like a concubine is a shade higher than a girlfriend. Only difference is you don't have to live with your concubines. You know, they're just concubines. But if your concubine need a ride to work, and you could give her a ride to work, she's your concubine. You should give her a ride to work. If your concubine need this or that, depending on what it is, you practicing. You practicing what to do if she becomes your wife. She's practicing how to be a wife. Ain't no in between. Ain't no in between. Ain't no in between. Listen. I don't care about your education, man. That means nothing when it comes to relationship. Everybody, it don't matter. Your economic status do not mean you know what you're talking about. Your education level do not mean you know what you're talking about. When you dealing in the dynamics of heterosexual relationships, those things do not matter. Money matters if you're talking about money. Education matters if somebody needs a tutor. But in this landscape, listen, man, I know y'all want to elevate yourself over. It's something about the melanin, especially. It's something about that melanin. It's something about the non-melanated too. They do it too, but in a different way. But it's just something about that melanated skin that sometimes makes people not want to be on the same level as other melanated people. Some can argue that it's self-hate. It's self-hate. Maybe not. For some people it is, for some people it ain't. But the stuff I hear on YouTube, a lot of it I like, a lot of it I don't. Like I heard Preach say something that was profound to me, that I'm going to give him his credit. I don't take credit. He said, and I'm going to say it like I know this is what he meant when he said it. He said, if you lead with cheese, you're going to end up with rats. That was deep. Because we call them hood rats. That was deep. If you lead with cheese, which is what another word for money, you're going to end up with rats. Rats are attracted to cheese. That's how they get caught on that trap. That's how a lot of women get caught on that trap. You look good, so you on your sixth rich guy. They pounding the sash out of your stuff. But then you want to marry somebody, you ain't gonna be no good wife. You gonna be making him compete with those rich guys. Every time he come up short on anything, you gonna put it under a magnifying glass, because that's what they do. And this is why I say, they don't want to help. They want to be helped. And what's that? It's entitlement, y'all. That's entitlement. You want people to help you, but you don't want to help. That's entitlement. What else can entitlement be? That's entitlement. But anyway, we'll see y'all tomorrow with the Sunday sermon. I'm going to probably do it live. Thanks for watching.